This is what I was afraid of. I thought that perhaps I could beat this game. I thought that it looked nice and simple. You know, you just bounce around a little stage and you peck on some platforms and then they crack and then they break and then everything falls into the water, including all of the enemies that are menacing your very existence. But no, 'twas not to be the case. As you can see, I died on the first level. But, you know, such is the essence of the existence of Skwatter, singular, of the Sprites Templar, plural. So, I am seeming to try to find desperately more TurboGrafx CD games to play before I move on to other systems, greener pastures. Huh. Greener pastures, especially if I was playing Rise of the Dragon on Sega CD. That game is entirely in green tint. Lack of color on the Genesis palette, don't you know? But, so yeah, I knew about this game for the longest time since I was a young teenager, and for some weird reason, I always thought that it was called Moteke Tamago or something like that. But that appears to be, if I'm mispronouncing that name, a different game on the PC Engine CD. So this seems to be Splash Lake, and that's all it seems to be. And yeah, they said that it had 60 levels, as I said in my last ramble, which I thought could be accomplishable. But you will see, as the non-existent audience has certainly seen, it was not possible for mine personage to beat this game. So I had to increase the number of cheats I was using, and that's why I call it Squatters Beat 'em and Cheat 'em. You gotta beat 'em and cheat 'em, okay? You can't beat 'em, gotta cheat 'em, but not with the election. But no, yeah, so I think it must have been maybe on maybe the fourth or fifth last level of this game that I activated the immediate win cheat. I saw that cheat when I first started the game, and I thought, nah, that's too easy, right? Like, like playing with cheats. Like some people would say, well, I mean, come on, you're cheating. I mean, like you might as well go all the way. And then I think, no, well, I want to have some kind of experience, right? Like, you know, I kind of see it. It's like. Maybe like cheating is like when you're driving you take a shortcut, right? Or maybe like safely speeding, you know. But just enacting a cheat that beats all the levels for you, that's sort of like taking an Uber, you know. Which I would say I would rather take the bus. It's still driven for me, but you still gotta walk and wait for the bus. Yeah, so that's what I did for the most part until the game reached almost its end, and I realized that those damn bloody mallards that were menacing my ostrichy existence could not be bested, at least in the last few levels. I mean, maybe I've said this before, maybe I haven't, but I kind of feel venerated in my cheating because other people have said this is something objectively true. The programmers have programmed the computer, quote unquote, the computer player, to cheat. I mean, imagine you're playing Street Fighter 2, right? The character you're fighting against, the computer player, they have infinitesimally fewer frames of, say, uh, of recuperation, right? So it's like if you get like knocked around a bunch and you're Ryu and you fall down and then you get up and you're all dizzy with the stars floating around your head, it lasts for like say say it lasts for like 30 milliseconds. But if you do that to the computer, it would probably last like 15 to 20 milliseconds, right? And I'm sure it's longer than that. Like, I don't want to say like 4 or 5 seconds or anything like that. But what I'm really saying is that the programmers have the computer attacks faster. It regains uh, function faster when it's dizzied or stunned, and I just think that that's ridiculous. I mean, there's a difference between making a challenge and literally just cheating, right? Honestly, well, like for the computer, that is what I'm saying, right? Like, if the only way to make your game challenging is to allow the computer to basically do these hacky exploits and everything. I mean, the deck of cards is already stacked against you, right? So this is just my way of sort of evening the odds, right? And I would say, like, this took me like an hour and 37 minutes to beat, quote unquote. And I felt, you know what? I feel like I've given this game my all. I feel like I've experienced all that it has to offer. So I am just going to activate these cheat codes. And I was thinking of maybe playing the very last level and see if I could beat it, but it went right through it, and I know that I can do the rewind thing. But I said, you know what? No. As I said, I feel like I saw everything that it needed to show me that it can show me. I mean, oh yeah, those guys look like Klansmen, don't they? Those floating ghost things, like they have the red cross on them. They have the pointed hood. Those look most clearly like Klansmen. And what I have to say to that is based, 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 based. Now, Japanese people don't fuck around, let me tell you. In fact, I'm not even sure if they would know the significance of that uh, costume or whatever they call it, those robes, whatever. Uh, yeah, no, and those flame guys really got to me too, a bunch of the time. But I mean, in the earlier levels, it was just like, okay, this is kind of tedious, kind of stressful, kind of tedious, but if I just keep simply working at it, I'll be able to beat it. And sometimes, like, I was able to see this may or may not have been the first level with an opposing duck, because I'm an ostrich and he's a duck. Fuck the duck, piece of shit. Maybe we can get a Haitian in here to eat him, And but so, like, again, like, you would try and sink him, and I swear to God, because like I slowed it down. I used slow motion like I'm doing now, and the computer player jumps on air. That's bullshit. And also there was that weird, like, whatever it was, that whether it was a pterodactyl or parrot thing, I swear to God, that it could just basically fly in place long enough for the platforms to reappear. So again, I am evening the odds, and I felt that the timer might not be properly frozen, but it just counts down to 900 from 999, then it just resets, so that's pretty good. And the cheats for infinite health and infinite lives functioned well, but then again, if I ever fell in, I would just use the rewind feature, which again, everybody uses that on the Switch Virtual Console or whatever they call it, so there's nothing outstanding or remarkable about that. You know what? This is certainly the kind of game that at least a few people I know of would, at least in my opinion, like to see the little ostrich theater. I guess you can turn that off in the options menu. But yeah, no, like I was playing this and I'm just like, a friend of mine sounds, from what I remember, would really like to play this kind of game and would probably be able to beat it without cheats and things like that, because he's quick to the punch on those sorts of things, as well as a lot of other things. So, but you know what? I'm a simple man. I don't understand all that. All I know is this ain't the same game that I want to play without the cheats. So That's why I activated the hex cheats. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about this. It's got 10 minutes, 10 seconds at the on the counter of Cyberlink Power Director. Once again, people, it's like I'm Tim Pool talking about Civil War. Cyberlink Power Director, the world's worst video editing program, and using NVIDIA Shadowplay to record it originally, the worst game recorder in the world that is only second to Microsoft Game Recorder. I have had nothing but bad luck with that program as well. So, but yeah, no, they could have had a better interlude screen, interstage screen, other than just an ocean of gray like that. Maybe make it like a multitude of different colors. The game. I noticed this. Like, see the level that just happened compared to this level. It's just like, so we're pretty late in the game, and then it throws you a few bones where it's like all you have to do is like break a single pad, and then everything just falls effortlessly into the ocean, killing all the multitude of bad guys. And then it gives you something like this, and I'm like, yeah, this was the level where I decided to just use the automatically beat the game for me, because it's just too much, man. Like, if I had bought this game, honestly, like back in the early 90s, and spent my hard-earned money on it, I'd say like, wow, I came so far and I can't beat this. Like, I wouldn't have even gotten this far in any way, shape, or form. I probably would have lost all my lives in the first few stages, and then I would have gotten sick and tired and disillusioned with it, and I probably would have ignored it for the rest of my life, and then tried to give it away or sell it or trade it in for something. Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily give it away, because a gift is supposed to be something positive, and this is not a positive gift, let me tell you. This was very, very not good to play for me. So, yeah, no, like, just get a load of this, man. Like, this is insane. This is crazy, right? I mean, they're boing, 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 and I'm just like, boom, clear. Oh yeah, guess what, bitches? What is it? Yeah, so it's like, I think I had beaten up to the 65th level or something like that. And then I'm just like, boom, there's the screen. Completely unsatisfying. The ending screen is ridiculous, and it didn't even match the proper colors of the characters that you played as. And Ostrich Theater, like, why? What was the point of this? And that's it. Alright, this has been Squatter's Rambles. I'm out. Peace.